GWT, and you folks that get together and warn the church is a good meeting place, you should have some geographical advantage, some points of defense, and points of that you can launch an offense from too, positions, because then everybody else around is going to see when they move something in and cue you all together. They're doing it all across the United States, and they've been doing it for years. Utah, can't remember the name of the city, 2012, June the 2nd, 2012. Then over in Michigan, June the 6th, 2012. They took out a whole group of people there, 300 and some, maybe even 400 or possibly more. The number could be one way or the other, but it was estimated about 370 or 75 people. There was some friggin' cops in there. These are people who are talking about what's going on in the world, the Bushes, the Clintons. They're talking about stuff that's going on, Obama, different things. The government goes in with a tectonic weapon, just like that fertilizer plant in Texas, and blows them all up. Then the newspaper said, oh, it was a lightning strike. Oh, it was an earthquake. Oh, it was a volcano went off. You folks better wake the hell up right now. I'm telling you right now. You churches, all you people that's got groups, you should have lookouts everywhere. With eyes on the sky too. Even if they fill it full of chemtrails and clouds. You should have eyes on the sky, or ears. Get you some bionic ears and set it up to a phone. Set it up to a microphone. A speaker. Where you are. You set a bionic ear up in the sky and you hook it to a microphone, a larger amplified microphone, so you don't have to stand and hold something or wear earphones. You can hear the drones when they're coming. Look at the videos. Learn what they sound like. Go outside at nighttime, look at them moving around. You'll know what I'm talking about. All this crap going on isn't about Satan and it ain't about God. It's about making you think that they are real. They that deceive you are humans whose fantasies have overwhelmed them, and they put on a big act, folks. They put on a big act of good versus evil, because that keeps the majority of the fighting men in America, which I would assume are Christians and drinkers and rednecks and Southerners. The majority of those fighters left in America, that's who they're after. They're taking them out here and there, anywhere they can. They are running out of tricks that will continue to make fools of millions. They're going to have to come out of their bag and do something, unless they continue to take out the resistance, little here, little there, little everywhere, while everybody just says, oh, well, they did it for the good and the welfare and the safety and the security for the rest of us. They're taking out your Minutemen and your Minutewomen. They're killing their own military service personnel. The SEAL team that went down and blew them oil lines on the BP, the Gulf spill down there, they took out that whole SEAL team. They killed them all. Folks, GWT here, look. What I've come down to is this. They devised a plan even before Jesus Christ was born. Maybe close to when he was born, but even before he was born, this plan was devised. The books in the Bible that said that they were written here and written at that time and written during that time, all of that stuff is controlled by the people who edited and put the Bible together and published and allowed it to be published. Because folks, just like today, back then, if you publish something that was big to a lot of people, it's known and it's controlled. The Rothschilds control almost all of media in America. Almost all the media in America is controlled by the Rothschilds. And you better get that straight. You better understand that right now. That's who we're talking about right there when we talk about Israel. That's who we're talking about when we talk about those Nazistic type of bastards that run and control Israel. That's the Rothschilds, folks. I think they're probably the richest family all across the earth. Estimated value, 500 trillion. That's a little bit more than chump change. Folks, GWT here. The Rothschilds are Zionist. They own Israel pretty much all the way. I put a series called Ring of Power by Amen Stop Productions. It talks on that a little bit, folks. It talks on it enough to put interest in you. And if you think you know your Bible, then you go check your Bible and you check it against that documentary, Ring of Power by Amen Stop Productions. I bought a couple of copies of it, DVDs. When I got my first copy, it wasn't available anywhere in the United States. It was banned. But I'm telling you right now, you folks better realize these people are thinning the population out, and they're doing it with so many different methods at the same time that I don't blame y'all. I can understand you being confused, but what I don't understand is your unwillingness to allow yourself to be convinced. You live in denial. You're stiff-necked, you're proud. You say, I paid for 16 years or 20 years of education. I know what I know. You were taught by those who control history. They control history that's already taken place. They change history. That's not done with a time machine. That's done in the books. You folks need to wake up and you need to realize they really are killing you. My videos tells you all them kind of ways, and until we physically make a stand, physically make an armed stand. Let me tell you something. I'm saying all police are bad. People say, no, they ain't, they can't be. Let me tell you, birds of a feather flock together. And you can't change the stripes on a beast, the spots on a lion or a tiger. I'm telling you right now, folks, cops either already know or they are denying that they know that the ones who's writing their paychecks are the bad guys, and they're not doing nothing about it. But what they will do is create $100,000 worth of damage with shooting up a subdivision, automobiles and houses, to get one unarmed or two unarmed people dead. They're going after people for jaywalking. They're killing people. There's videos on YouTube where people were killed by the cops in a confrontation for them jaywalking, for them not crossing at a corner when the stoplights or something or another's right. People having a taillight lens out, being shot in the seat behind the steering wheel of their car, and they're unarmed. We are at war. These fucking cops are not going after the criminals, just like a DHS investigator openly said. We don't get those child molesting cases about government officials or anybody. What is the DHS for? They're going after the easy prey. They set people up. They seed people's computers. And then they go in and bust them. I just don't like kids. I'm not into little girls or boys. So they can't seed my computer with anything with my knowledge. I'm not interested in it. But they do trickery. They stalk you. They bribe other people, family members, neighbors. They coerce co-conspirators to go against you. And all you want to do is be decent and righteous and be at peace with the world. But how can you be at peace? Do you think you could walk into a lion's den that had 18 or 20 or 50 lions in it and just casually stroll through? You think you can walk through a field of burning grass and not get singed? You folks need to wake up. We are at war. Every single time you let a cop take advantage of you or even fuck with you, you're killing your own spirit. I have felt my spirit wanting to leave my body before. I felt so intimidated. 20 cops right outside this window right now couldn't intimidate me. You hear me, boys and girls, ladies and germs? Because old Dad here, I'm pretty serious about that shit. Hello folks, GW2. I want to tell you something. It's on my mind. I mentioned bits and pieces of it here and there, but I want to tell you right now. I know the Bible. I know it fairly well. I know it has a lot of inspired words written in it. I've written inspirational words before myself that I didn't get from the Bible. They came out of me, and many of y'all, inspirational words have come out of you too at some point in time, if you write. But they have used characters in that Bible, and they have twisted it around, and they have edited that Bible, all the dates of things, all the times of things, all the character or characteristics of the individual characters. That's all written into that book. They rewrite history all the time. Those who write and allow to be published all books, all written materials is controlled. They use that book, and they use a superstitious type of bunch of people. And religion is superstition. I don't care what you say. If you can't walk through a friggin' wall like Jesus Christ, or if you can't walk on water, it's superstition. One person, there are people that can do really unique, wonderful, and miraculous, and supernatural looking things. Monks set themselves on fire and their skin don't burn up. People levitate, people fly. People have powers that we would consider as superpowers. We don't understand what's going on. But those in control know everything. They have prepared everything for us, and they knew how we were going to think of it. They knew what they could teach us, and they knew how to teach it to us, to teach our thought process to go in the directions that they wanted it to go in. Like teachers say, you're here to learn, not here to talk. That means students their ideas don't count. You're not there to question, you're there to learn. You're told that all of the time. You got to believe the earth is a globe. Any of you preachers that's got a globe on your platform, got the image of it on your wall anywhere, you're real pieces of dirt shit. All of you. That globe is a made-up, fabricated bullshit, and you work for the organization. You are an enemy to good peoples. To peoples that has a spirit, their own personal spirit of righteousness and of goodness, according to the things that are good that's written in that Bible. There's a lot of good in that Bible because it doesn't do any harm and it helps other things. So if you help other things and you don't do nothing any harm, you can't be but so damn bad. You folks need to understand, these people these so-called leaders in theology and in religion and in the Bible, these people are not telling you the whole truth. And I would say 99 out of 100 of them that preach the word don't even believe it. They do it for the money. Or they do it for the prestige, the popularity, the excitement, the adrenaline rush. Or they're paid to do it by the government, who wants to keep the Christians believing in this is going to happen and that's going to happen and this is going to happen. They're out of tricks, folks. They're going to have to do something big. And the people are awake enough now, they're going to know that ain't a natural thing that's going on. But I'm telling you, those of you who keep thinking that you don't need to do anything about it, you keep letting people walk over you and run over you, give you speeding tickets for 1 or 2 or 3 miles an hour over the speed limit, kill your dogs, accost your children anywhere they can, rape and pillage all through us. They protect and serve themselves. You people are going to respect them and stand up to them? I don't advise any of them to even fucking approach me. I really don't. You get me, it better be on your turf, because I'm going to try to be ready for you if you ever come to mess with me. You need to know that right now. And I'm not saying that just for me. I'm saying that so all the rest of the people who even remotely might think like me will think about it.